I built the wall, yeah.
So we could say Eric's,
Unless you have some,
we could say Eric's tone is the, well, do you want the sponsors,
house builders,
the sponsors and builders?
what do you think, Eric?
I don't know that the sponsors.
Or is it,
matter so
is it,
much.
is it the,
One of the buildings.
Builders, tone builders.
Would that be more likely?
And see, in history, if you have different kinds of houses after the resurrection, you know, Gregory the Seventh built some kind of a house, but then Luther came and said, we have a better house.
right,
Promise that we got a better house,
right.
that kind of thing. Builders.
You might put in parentheses, there might be some things that would come up as you think about, sort of who is commissioning. There could be some things that'll show up there.
No, the guy that, Julian, who was it that commissioned Michelangelo?
No, Pope John. Pope, I don't know.
Somebody the second, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we would be collecting all of our questions or initiations, and that would be all of them collected to day 4, then to day 1, then to day 5, to day 2, 6, 3.
Can we go through those?
Sure.
Okay,
You're
So-
I'm the talker. I'm sorry.
who starts? Do you start?
You do.
I start.
Your day 1. What initiation do you have to day 4?
Okay, initiations from day 1, and I have these printed out here so you can read along with them.
Where do we
There's,
put the,
there's 2.
Well,
what goes in this
Oh.
part? Did I do this correctly? I mean,
There's 3.
basically, I write my first stuff here, right?
Take one and pass it down.
All my questions
mhm,
to other people go here,
yeah.
and then what goes here? Your
And the
questions
second one
to
is the
me.
ones that people give to you. They would come to you in that form, and then you would answer them in that.
So if we'd have been on the ball, we could have,
Wait, what is it the initiation for? Wait a second.
Excuse me, dear?
If we're writing our initiations to everyone else here,
Yeah.
so then why does it say initiation
Oh,
to 4?
because, and then it's initiation to 1, and then it's initiation to 5.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
very simple, yeah,
Okay, so that's just indented.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's just formatting.
Yes, that is just formatting. Okay, so,
Formatting very important, as we see.
let's see, you said I'm doing day 1, right? I
You
mean,
are
day,
day 1.
yes, I'm doing day 1, and,
So you've initiated here to everybody right here.
yeah,
So you've done yours.
okay.
And,
Dude, can we just read through these real quick?
Sure.
And do you want me to read them in the 9875 order?
well, you initiate them in the 4152 order,
Okay.
and people answer them.
Okay, so for day 4 then, where in the Bible has a father had a successful transition? Wait a minute, for day 4,
That's Mr. Hart.
did I steal, I think I stole one of Hannah's questions. No, I goofed it up. Okay. No, that's another typo. The word I wanted was, well, actually, it's similar. I know why I'm confused, because Chuck's heart and Sarah's heart are similar. Chuck, your heart is succession, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And Sarah's heart is transition.
there you go.
So it should have read, where in the Bible has a father had a successful, and that's awkward, succession.
Mhm.
Somebody could offer a better way of saying that.
Yeah,
Or you can say transition, because a succession
Mhm.
is a transition. So if you want to leave it that way.
mhm.
So that's for Chuck. Now, does that, at this point, can people respond quickly if something comes to mind?
Whatever, yeah, sure.
Okay, well, does anything
So I would
come?
say, well, Abraham, Isaac was kind of kind of not a good guy, went blind and all that, and Rebecca had to deceive him in the covenant. That would be kind of a bad one. Of course, the father sent the son, and that was very successful, although it appeared to be unsuccessful. So that would be turning what appeared to be a liability into an asset. That would be the most important, most successful transition from wrath to grace, I would say. From, as Paul says, we were all basically children and slaves before Jesus came, and now we're adults. So I would say that would be successful. Unsuccessful, David and Solomon was unsuccessful, although Solomon wrote all that stuff. But I actually saw Solomon's son.
It was
probably
Solomon.
worse.
Right.
Well, Solomon went bad, had 1,000 wives, and accumulated horses and gold, which he wasn't supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that would be an example of some preliminary stuff.
Okay. Well, so then I'm going to move to day 5, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so to day 5, and that's Hannah, right?
Okay.
You're Hannah, and you're day 5.
So,
Does the church have?
She was Hannah when she came in. What will she be when she leaves?
Yes.
I don't know.
Does the church have responsibility, obligation, or possibility of helping fathers with music? And can fathers help the church with music?
I'm not supposed to answer that now.
If something comes to mind, if you have a quick thought.
I think it hangs on, the issues we've had in other churches where the fathers are expecting their church to do everything in teaching their children. And the church can't do everything. The fathers have their own role, but the church has to teach the fathers. So the church does have a responsibility to teach the fathers how to teach music if it's important, and the fathers can't leave it up to the church to do the whole thing.
Okay.
So the church should not be responsible for teaching the children. The church should be responsible for teaching the fathers to teach the children.
Okay.
I said I could go with that.
All right.
Speaking of that, the small catechism of Luther says not that the pastor shall catechize the children, but that the father shall teach the members of the household.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was to day 5, now to day 2. And day 2 is Dora, who is ill and is not here, but my question to her is, can a father help you to read?
I can hear her answer. Yes,
I don't know.
Well, when the
She'd say this like that.
All right, so to day 6, that's Esther, who is home with Dora, who is ill. How do the roles of father and mother relate as our children grow up? Now to day 3, who is Sarah, how can your father help your transition?
Oh dear. Do I have to answer that now?
No, you do not have to answer that now, but if you have a thought, you may.
It seems like kind of an obvious one, and therefore I want to give it thought and wait.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that makes sense,
She doesn't want it
but
to be held against her.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well,
You need to be Mirandized.
yeah. You think about that. Okay, so that was day 3. Day 7.
Which is Joe.
Which is Joe, who is also missing. He's really in the wilderness now. Day 7. What does a son think about being in the wilderness in light of what his father knows? I'm going to repeat that. What does a son think about being in the wilderness in light of what his father knows? How can a father help his son get through the wilderness? Are there biblical examples? And day 8, that's to me in my role as elder. How does being a father at home compare to being a father in the church? What are the problems and what are the joys? And let me see if I can think of can I do an initiation to Eric now that Eric has a heart?
Mm-hmm. I would hope so.
Okay.
If
Because-
I only had a brain. that song.
Well,
You got a brain.
it was
I have some hay in the car.